Oh, welcome. First things first. When you get to this sheet, go to File, make your own copy, like so. If this is like your own sheet and there's a new season, do this and also check this box here, share it with the same people, because maybe you're a bunch of people in there, like other co-leaders, officers, whatever, or anyone in the guild that helps out with reporting. So yeah, don't like ask for permission to edit it because that's not gonna happen. You need to make your own because it's not gonna work otherwise. There's that. First thing, where is what here? So up here you will see how many attacks you have left. There are some things here to apply scaling. That's boss scaling, by the way, which you can apply here. There's a multiplier. So for example, let's say there's only shit teams for, I don't know, let's say just play with the thought that fire teams are really bad this raid, right? Then you can add like a multiplier like that, and that's going to give a 20% damage increase for those teams in the sheet. You will still write the actual damage, and then you can click here, and that will apply that scaling if you want to do like a report and see who did the most damage and stuff to keep things fair. If you want to do that, you can also click this. That's going to ignore day 1 because the bosses are low level, and this will be showing day 4, 5, and 6 and 7 only when the bosses usually are max level. There's that. What else do we have? Of course, the date. We are going to go through all these things later in the video. These things here are like penalties or bonuses depending on what happens. We haven't really used that, I think, so just don't care about that, I guess. Same thing with this thing here. Let's yeah, so I just want to like open up everything here. This one here, for example, that's where you're going to edit the names of people. So you can just do player 1 here, player 2. I'm actually going to name everything like that. This is of course our own guild members, but you know, in here, that's by the way what's editing this yellow thing here. There was like a thing there before that showed like the last raid damage and then like showing an improvement and shit like that, but we haven't used that, so we just put everyone's Discord in there instead. So I'm just gonna remove those, and you know, you can just do that. So yeah, like I said, these are the player names. You can just name them whatever. I'm gonna make it nice and clean for for you guys, so you can just put your own names. Of course, I'm not gonna do it all here. It takes a while. It's 30 names, or maybe not. I don't know. But yeah. So example, someone did a hit. Actually, that's yeah. This stuff you don't want to touch at all. That's just you know, under the hood shit. There's so much stuff. So, and that's also a thing. Never copy something like take this and copy here. It's gonna break stuff. You don't want to do that. So be careful with what you edit. What you do want to edit, however, let's say here, you can see it says first, second, and third here. We do it from the bottom to the top for one very big reason, and that is in the um in the game you're going to be reading that list the same way, right? So the first hit is going to be like, think of how the screen looks, you know, in the game. So let's say player 1 did a hit on fairy for 45 million. Then we put 45 million like that. That's only 4 million. We're going to 0. There we go. And then they also went on demon and did 70 million, let's say, or 7 million, whatever. Actually, no, let's do 70 million. Yeah. And then they also did Minotaur on that day. So for, I don't know, say 50 million. Nice, got it right. Like that. However, player 2 did something else. Player 2 killed Fairy. So what's going to happen now is that it would be 5,000 damage, or sorry, 5,000, 5 million damage. Oops, that's too much. There we go. That's the kill. However, what you got to do here, and this is important, put an equal and then put it like that. Then when they kill the boss, or sorry, when they use the COT, the carry over time, maybe they're gonna do, I don't know, let's say 40 million then. You type it like this. It has to be in that format. Equal, first thing, and then second. Boom. And it's gonna turn out like that. What can also happen is that they have to use a cot on a different boss. So they are actually going on 4 bosses. So let's say they went on demon as well, right? And they did like that much damage there. Very nice. And then they also went for knight, let's say, and they did that much damage. But then, oh, that was a little bit much. And then for some reason, they also like they killed knight. Let's say that they killed knight with this kill here, and that cot they had to use it on a different boss. That is not one of these guys. Or actually, no. that's why we have 4 fields, by the way. So the last boss would be an M. Then you can do that cut down there, and let's say they did like I don't know 10 million there, 1 million. Okay, whatever. So there's that. Then player 3 comes, but player 3 has a really bad day. They're going fairy. Let's say we're expecting, I don't know, 45 million damage, but something went wrong. Fairy flew out of the map or something. So he or she only did 20 million, and that's a fail. So then we can do like a color here. You can obviously use whatever color, but that just marks that that's a bad hit. So we know that, okay, something actually went wrong here. It's not a carryover kill or anything like that, right? Also, back to this guy here. Let's say they actually killed a boss here. What we usually do, let's say we expect, we usually put a little bonus here. I'm not exactly sure how my, because I'm not the one doing this for a very long time, but they usually put a little bonus here. Each number in this field here is going to be a million. So let's say a 5, that's a 5 million bonus to their, damage. And that I believe gets turned on when you apply the scaling. You see the 10 here becomes a 15 when we do that. So that's just for balancing in not balancing, sorry, but like to keep things fair when you want to report and see who did the most damage, because obviously it's never going to be fair who hits first and all those kind of things. So that's how we do there. And then you could also make a note, not a comment, but a note, and then kill fairy, for example. Then we know like, okay, they got a kill there, and then they got 5 million extra. But this is up to you guys how you want to do this stuff. You can even ignore this or keep it simple, whatever. So there's that. What else do we have? Oh yeah, balancing, of course. So this is very interesting how we do the balancing. We can actually put a no, we can't. We need to yeah. Let's see, what's this now? So that shows how many extra million are gonna be added, isn't it? Yes. So that's 200 million. That's 300 million, 400 million, so on. We have done 300 million because that's what bosses are gonna have in end. And the reason you want to use this is because it depends on the boss HP. So for example, let's say that's the boss HP, the current HP right now in game as you're looking. You want to edit this one, not this one. So you just type whatever HP they have. Sometimes this number could be a lot lower. Let's say it's like this, or let's say it's even lower. Let's say all bosses are like super low for some reason. uh let's see, and it's gonna get weird. So then you can just add here to see how much it's gonna like actually be after the reset. The reason we're not getting any funny numbers now, you could get a negative number here. Is like everything here is like filled with damage from everyone. It's gonna be like a negative number, and that's why I add this to kind of get like a more clean, thing. That's why we have that. Um, Up here, you're gonna see there's a 9. It's a hidden 9. You don't want to touch any of these things. By the way, there's a bunch of shit in here. But that 9 you can actually edit, and that means that this is for balancing, how we did it, by the way. So that's gonna be this column. So what we did here is like, let's say the day is over. What you can do is just copy everything here and put it there. Then you kind of know the predicted damage or how much you're gonna do on the next level, or sorry, next round. This assumes, of course, that the bosses are at max level. uh, and then you can kind of, so like after the day you just take you know everyone's hits, you just copy all 3 there, do that same for this guy, put it there, and then you can kind of predict how like the damage, or the HP, sorry, because you obviously want to balance the bosses so they like by the end of the day. So that's how we did that actually. So this is currently set to day 9, so we just do all of that out there. So there's that, and you see that I'm very carefully selecting these now. We don't want to remove anything here because that's going to remove all this stuff, and then it's going to break everything. We don't want that. What else does the sheet do, though? Well, it does calculate which round you're on, 16 in this case. It's going to increase as you add numbers here. It's also checking, what level the boss is and all that kind of stuff. That's nice. This code is extremely horrible, by the way. There is a way, if you can kind of see the pattern here, you can add more to it as well. If you want to reverse engineer it or add more stuff, or if they add, more. Well, there was one point where we did too much damage for what could be reported, right? So we needed to add more rounds. And also, now they changed HP, of course, I had to add that, and yeah. But this is headache, so hopefully we won't have to do that too much. But yeah, this thing here just automatically shows attacks and stuff. You can also hide all these panels, by the way, so it just looks like that. But yeah, that's pretty much how to report it. I hope I didn't forget anything here. That one go there. So yeah, mm, I think I got everything. There's no cleaning, yeah. And like I said, or will say, I guess, in the next video or next part of this video, by the end at the reset, you check what damage the other guilds have as well. This one is automatic, and then you just put their names there. We're gonna go through that in the next one though. But yeah, for example, let's say the other rival guild has done like I don't know 200 here or something there, and that one maybe did 300, so they did a little bit more than you guys, for example. It's gonna come up like that. Don't worry about this one. When it's day 2, you're gonna type in the next number here. So that's the total damage of that day. So we can say they double their damage here, very likely, but like that. Then it shows that 2 plus 2 is 4. And this guild here, maybe they did really bad, so they only did like that much, like that. No, wait. Oh, yeah, like that. And then you see that they actually wait. Hmm? No, no, no. Of course, it can't be lower than the previous one for obvious reasons. So they have 300, so that one could be, let's say, 400, like that. So what that does, it says 400 here, but it says 100 here. Why does it do that? Well, that's because of that's the damage they did for that day. So it's pretty nice like that. And the total is 400, of course. Um, yeah, because it's showing that number pretty much. So yeah, and yeah, down here as well, it depends on which guild you want to compare yourself to. We are comparing, so your main competitor would be guild 1, and that's what we do as well. And it also shows like what the damage difference is. So in this case, you are 200 below what they are. But here we did, for example, 95 million more, and here we are behind. So yeah, there's that. Mm, I don't know if there's anything more to add, honestly. It's just the cleaning part, but that's gonna come after. Let me think. Nah, probably not. So yeah, part 2 then, and then you are ready to go, I hope. Okay, had to cut it there. I had to find them and then the copying didn't work. But yeah, now you have them down there. Don't touch them, just let them be there. So every time you make a new copy of this sheet, they're gonna be like up at as like a custom color. So you don't need to find new ones. So yeah. What do we have here? Ancient Demon, basic, correct. And then we have the light fairies. We can just type fairy right here. We have Minotaur. I think there's a Furious Minotaur. That would be a fire one. I think that's the fire color. No, it's the FIA. There it is. Color code. Uh, and Earth was already here, so we don't need to change that color, but it's what's are they even called? Mad. And Trio MK3, 2. I don't even know. I think it's a 3. Is that a 3? Looks like a 3. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Second thing, we need to change the boss key. Boss key, I will show that in a moment, but for example, oh, and CN and T there. D for demon, F for fairy, P for panda, I guess, and M for minotaur. Just want to make that simple. Sometimes those will overlap. You need a unique key for each boss, but yeah. Then we copy them down here. I like to keep things orderly, so of course change that. There we go, nice. Next thing here, click on this cell, for example, or any of these little cells, and you're going to go up to conditional formatting, and we need to change this shit here. The first boss is not purple anymore, so go down here and change it to that one. I'm going to show what this does in a moment. That one is correct already. The next one is it's in order here, by the way. So that's the first slot. That's the ancient demon one. This is the fairy slot based on this stuff here, by the way. Um, Furious Minotaur needs to be changed. It's water. It needs to be changed to fire. There we go. And Earth is already done. So what this does is when you're going to report later, you can write a F here. It's going to turn yellow. That's fairy. So that's what we just did now. So yeah, you of course need to change the date as well. We're on the 28th. No, we're not on the 28th. We're in 2024 now. Raid started yesterday, so I'm just going to use this as an example. You do the first day of the raid. We're going to do 11 here. You see that everything changed now. This turned pink. That means that's the current day we are on. We're on day 2 at the moment. And also the name of the raid, the warmest village. So there is, you see, this one here normally is linked to this. Sometimes when there's like two different colors like you see here. I just like to make it like the banner looks in game. Normally you can just make an equal and that one. There we go. But otherwise you have to type it out without linking it in a way and sort of do that. I can't remember exactly how does the banner even look. It's some cute, funny sort of text, sort of like I just like to match it, like that. I guess would be the correct one there, and that's what. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Should we go with bold though? I'm not sure. Maybe not. I don't know. It looks kind of glowy though. I like that. And then we can of course make it like that. So yeah, there. That's how to clean it. I don't think it's too much more work. Yes, it is. I lied. This thing here, this is important. This is day one. This is total. The reason it's a little bit weird like that, that's last day, is for reporting. When we report, I kind of like, I mark these with my screenshot tool, or I mark these, for example. And then I can also, or sorry, I mark everything, right? And then you have like the total and everything on this side instead, so it doesn't like it's not like over here because that's annoying because then you like have to report with everything. So that's why I just put the total there. So be aware of that. Day one here, day two, day three, and so on. So to clean this, make it ready for next raid, you remove these two here. These ones shouldn't be touched at all. They are automatically. If we like, I don't know, let's give some damage up here. You see there, it's going to be added already. I don't know why that got fucked, by the way. Are they all? No, that one is correct. Huh. Interesting. Huh. Lovely. What's fucked? That's fucked. That's okay. I see how it is. Interesting. Anyways, let's just recopy this, I guess, and get the formatting. I don't know why they did that. Shouldn't do that, but yeah, I just prefer when things are as it should. There we go, much better. Okay, so this one here though. So day two, don't touch day two, regardless what day it is. Remove this, like so. This one, I always put a 0 here just to make it simple. 0. So when day one is over, check your rival guilds, whatever you want to choose. You can obviously change the names here. That's just for our server, so we can actually make it my guild here, and then yeah, guild one, and then we'll just name the other one guild two, like so. So you just name it whatever server you're on. So what you do here, day one, let's say they did this much damage and that one did that much damage. Okay, it's gonna be a minus. Don't care about that. Next day, you replace the 0 with another sum. That's the current damage that you're gonna see on the leaderboard at this moment, at reset. Sorry. So let's say they have done. Obviously, it should be higher than the previous one, so we can go with a number like that, for example. And I don't know what this guild did. Let's say they did that much damage, whatever. What you do now is you copy these two and put them here. It's going to be the same as that one, and I made it so you can literally do that, and then just add on to that number whatever they have on that day, and then you will see how much damage they did each day. I hope that makes sense. We can actually give a live example in the raid here. So let's say it's reset now. The number you would be typing instead of the 0 would be 9.9, 88, and so on. And that's obviously going to be a higher number the next day, and it's going to calculate whatever the difference is between the days. That's what that is. I'm gonna leave this one here at a 0 for you when you so it's like ready to go. I hope that made sense. But yeah, that's pretty much the that part. Oh, arena starting. We'll do the rest soon. But yeah, so last words. Well, I've changed it now, so it's ready to go. All the player names. One more thing, actually. When you do, so we like to keep everything in alphabetic order here. So sometimes, you're gonna have like player. Oh yeah, look at this. Someone fucked it up already. So what happened here is that someone just copied this, and moved everything down, for example. Then that happens. It doesn't really matter that much, I guess, but it doesn't look as fun. So, for example, here, what color is that? Is the one next to bright red? Let's actually restore that there. So instead of doing that, you just wanna like you could copy like this stuff, and but then you go down here, right click, paste special values only. And now you see it says that without the colors and everything changing. So that's good to know, I guess, for this. And it doesn't have to show Discord name here. It could be something, whatever you want, honestly. That's for the yellow one. But yeah, name goes there. Um, yeah, I hope, like I said, or I didn't say it, but I'm gonna say it now. I hope that made sense. If there's any questions, do ask. Um, I'm not a good teacher. I'm having a really big issue knowing what kind of, or like putting myself in the position of not knowing things that I do know, because I obviously worked on this sheet a lot, so I know it inside out. But like to put myself into that position where I have never seen it before, it's kind of weird for me. So I hope that I covered everything. But otherwise, you just gonna have to comment and ask. But I hope that it's maybe of use for you, or maybe it's useless. I don't know. You can obviously see there's some dancing knights here, some pictures here from the old times. Epi, rip him. Uh, you can delete those, of course. Put other pictures. This one is awesome. Um, and whatever you want. But yeah, that's that, and I hope it would help. And yes, I know some guilds also have automatic, like some bot that does this. You just paste the whole thing, but we didn't, and I'm sure that not that many people have it, I guess. So yeah, maybe this could come in handy for you. And until next time, thank you for watching. Bye.